Hey, what's up? I'm Michael. Today we are going to be doing Betty Rubble, and she is a little bit different than the others because the others are in a book that I have, and it tells how to draw them. Betty is not in the book, so I'm going to go on and draw her the way that I have seen her 1,000 times. She's got a, let's see here. I'm going to give myself some working area lines. Well, I guess I can come over to about, let's just give myself a line right here. Okay, and then as long as I stay in this area, I'm fine. So, she's got a head that is, we're going to start off with almost a circle, a half circle at the bottom, and then we're going to sort of make it look like a bean, and then we're going to go on and make it a circle inside that bean, I guess you could say. Bring it out around like so. I'm going to go and erase that back out right quick. Okay, now she has a little neck, and Betty is always standing with her arms in a very weird stance. So what we're going to do first is come down and give her body a shape. And it's slightly going to be sort of like the way you draw Wilma. Go on and make that her waistline. Give her a skirt. And her legs sort of are going to come out like this. I've done the same thing I've done with Wilma. I made her a little bit taller than she should be. So let's come back up here and redo this a little bit. Okay. So, her leg is sort of going to come down like this, and then she's got it's going to come in, and then she's got another leg that's sort of in front of it. Now that leg is going to, it sort of comes out like a normal leg, and it's going to come back around like this, and she's just going to have her foot here and then a foot over here. And I'm going to go on and draw out some spikes on her dress. So let me go back in and do that one a little bit different. Go on and do her spikes on her dress is slightly different. Okay, so now her dress actually rounds up to her waist, and her waist is probably going to be in about right in here. So, alright, first off, she's going to have a necklace, so I'm going to go on and sort of put that in. Her necklace is simply 2 triangles with a medallion, which is going to be something like that. Now, I do have a reference image, and I'm trying to draw it somewhat like it, not exactly, but now she stands usually with her arms, or let's see, this is going to come up here actually, and she's going to have her top sort of coming like this, and I need to skinny it up just a little bit. Alright, now her shoulder, let's see here, and then here, slightly, they slightly have a little overlap part there. Okay, so then she's got her shoulders don't really stop at her shoulders. They come all the way out to her elbows, and then her elbows are going to curve back in like so, and her hands actually are going to be down here. And this is how I have seen her over and over and over. She really doesn't have another pose that you can find on the internet. It's mainly this, and I'm going to actually bring this down a little bit more. Yeah, wait, this should be curved here, while this shouldn't, so there we go. Now, for the inside, it's more like a curve. I'm going to go on back here and do the same thing on this side. You pretty much, you just, you know, you draw it like that. And this arm actually comes up into here where you can see it. And I'm going to have to erase this out a little bit so that I can do it right. This arm comes up into here, and then this comes down here and sort of swoops back from outside here. Now, that is pretty much how her body is drawn. You just sort of, you give her very, very dainty feet. I'm gonna actually make her legs a lot thinner than I had. There we go. All right, so she's just going to have lines for her toes, and the same thing here. Like that, pretty much. I'm going to go on and even cut this back in a little bit further. This one I have to change back a little bit more. Okay. And now for her head. She has a sort of weird head. Right here, it's going to come around, and it comes right in here, and then it sort of is going to come up and back up here to her hairline. Now her hairline is really weird. You want to, I'd say about right here, you're going to put a line in for her eyes. That's going to be the top of her eyes, the bottom of her eyes, and then she's got a little bitty nose, and she's got those Wilma lips, to where it's just sort of like that. And I'm going to change this a little bit so she looks like she's smiling. Now her eyes are slightly different because she actually has, she's like Fred, she actually has sorry about that. She actually has pupils and whites of her eyes as well. So and she's got eyebrows sort of arch, and then she's got a very weird hairstyle. It's almost like, not really like Wilma's a whole lot, but it sort of comes around here, and then it cuts back in, and it's going to come back out here, and then it swoops from here to way down here. And I'm actually going to do this a little bit different. And then this is a completely round part that is going to, it comes around, but here, the back of her head, it comes up, and it's got a little place right here, so that's not on it, but it's just going to sort of do like that. Now I'm going to actually pull it back down and do this back here instead. And let's go on and do this. And then she has a bow that looks like butterfly wings. So we're just going to do it that way. Now, she doesn't look 100% like Betty, but I'm going to go on and I'm going to change her face a little bit, make her look more like Betty. There we go. I slimmed her face up. Now she looks like Betty to me, anyway. Let's bring that in right there. I sort of changed her up a little bit from the way that it was in the picture I was going by. I didn't want to do exactly the same. So let's get to the Incan. Okay, so I am going to be using a Micron 08, and I want to start right here on her face. Bring it in just past her neck a little bit. And then I'm going to bring it right back here. Okay. For hair, if you ever start messing up on it, it's okay for me, I think, to go over and over hair in certain places. Like, it actually looks a little bit better as hair if you go over and over just the hair, because it doesn't look so flat. Okay. All right. And let's do that. All right. Now her lips, I'm horrible at lips, but you can sort of see they make her look like she's smiling. Now I'm actually going to come in here and I'm going to just put a black part there, because I don't want that to look like it's completely her neck. I want it to look sort of like it's a bit of a shadow as well. And I'm going to bring that out a little bit. And the same thing for this. All right. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to bring this right here. Bring that right there, and that's good to go. Okay. Now, okay. I'm going to do it like that. For her hands, I'm just going to give her little fingers like this. Same thing for this one. Now, if you want to have her to looking more three-dimensional, you could actually go in the back and put in a an extra piece of cloth from the back. So right. Now I am going to use my brush pen, and I am going to fill in her hair with it. One cool thing about brush pens is you can fill in a lot of area pretty quickly if you do it right. And you can also make it look completely, you can shade everything a different way with a brush pen. You can give it, it's easier to make it thicker and thinner, I should say. So let me do that. All right. You kind of might want to go on and erase before you start blocking in with the black. Some pencils, it is very possible that they will come all the way through, and you'll be able to see. I don't know why it is, but some of my graphite pencils do that. All right. So, she looks a little weird, and that's fine. We're going to actually darken up her eye circles a little bit more. Make it look sort of like she's got on a little more makeup or something, I guess. And I'm actually going to go on and black in her lips. And I believe that is about it right there. Let me erase. Oh boy, I hate when you have to stop in the middle of something like that. Let's see. I got a little bit too rough with the paper. I pulled some of the paper up accidentally, so I'm going to have to go in and fix that. Go back in with my pen brush. And there we go. Let's sign it. Okay, I want to go on over here and put down my initials, and I'll come back in with the other pen. This is 2/21, 2015. And I'm actually going to sign with a different pen. Alright, there we go. That is all for the cartooning series of the Flintstones, and I will see you later. Actually, there may be Bam Bam and Pebbles, so see you later.